everyone, today I'll be presenting on barriers to adoption of sustainable products. So, understanding the challenges, as we face escalating environmental challenges, sustainable products have emerged as essential solutions to reduce waste and carbon emissions. Despite growing awareness, the adoption rate of these products remains surprisingly low. Understanding why consumers hesitate to embrace sustainable products is crucial for developing effective marketing strategies and government policies that promote sustainable consumption. Next will be my research problem: what factors prevent consumers from adopting sustainable products? First, I aim to identify and categorize the main barriers that prevent consumers from adopting sustainable products. These barriers include tangible factors like higher prices, lack of availability, inconvenient product design, but they could also involve psychological or social factors such as distrust of green claims, skepticism about product quality, or habits that are hard to break. By categorizing these barriers, I hope to provide a structured overview of challenges consumers face. Secondly, I want to explore how consumer attitudes and perceptions shape their purchasing decision. Drawing on theory on planned behavior, I will examine how attitude towards sustainability, perceived behavioral control, and subjective norms impact the decision-making process. This objective is crucial for understanding not just what the barriers are, but why they matter in context of consumer behavior. Third, I aim to develop actionable recommendations for both marketers and policymakers. This recommendation will be based on identified barriers and insights from consumer behavior literature. The goal is to suggest practical solutions that can bridge the gap between positive consumer attitudes and actual adoption of sustainable products. For example, this might involve educational campaigns to raise awareness, price incentive, improve product availability, or social marketing strategies to shift norms. Overall, these three objectives: identify barriers, understanding attitude, and developing recommendations, work together to create a comprehensive research framework that can inform both marketing practices and policy initiatives to promote sustainable consumption. So next will be key academic insights. To frame my research, I reviewed key academic literature and identified several relevant theories. One is Adjacent's theory of planned behavior, which suggests that consumers' intentions are influenced by their attitude, subjective norms, and perceived behavior control. Additional research highlights such barriers as perceived cost. Many consumers believe sustainable products are expensive. Next will be convenience, challenged in finding of using these products. Skepticism, distrust of green claims or concerns about effectiveness, and lastly, social norms from lack of peer support or community endorsement. This insight will inform both my research design and recommendation. Next will be my research approach. My approach research combines secondary data analysis with survey research. I plan to distribute an online survey to a sample 200 consumers aged 18 to 45. This will capture quantitative data on their attitudes, perceived barriers, and willingness to adopt sustainable products. Additionally, I will analyze existing secondary data to contextualize my findings and identify relevant marketing trends. So, to make my presentation engaging for stakeholders, I plan to incorporate a brief consumer's anecdote. For example, image a young professional who wants to buy a reusable coffee cup but hesitates because it's more expensive and not as convenient as disposable options. This helps stakeholders connect emotionally with the research problem and highlights the real-world barriers that consumers actually face. So to make my presentation in summary, this research aims to identify key barriers preventing consumers from adopting sustainable products and to provide recommendations that can guide marketing strategies and government policies. By addressing cost concerns, improving product accessibility, and building consumer trust, we can make sustainable products more attractive and more mainstream. So these are my references, and this is the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.